a sudden, I found myself in love with the world. So there was only one thing that I could do, was ding-a-ding-dang, my dang-along-ling-long.
So I was talking to this guy. I don't want to name names. He called me out of the blue. Works with like Tony Robbins and some other big names.
Oh, like the guy. The you can make your life better thing.
No, I think he's not the guy. He's the guy that works with those guys.
Okay.
And he calls me out of the blue. Well, he LinkedIn me first, and I guess we were connected already. I don't know how. And then he calls me. He's desperately trying to get my attention. And
Look at me. Look at me.
yeah, we talked for like an hour. Still not sure what he does. But he hooked me up with some other dude who's kind of like that. He's like, oh, I think you guys would get along really well. You look the same. Not the same, but the thing is, he wants me to go on the speaking circuit or something. You know,
That's kind of cool. Wish I had something to talk about.
I don't have anything to talk about. I don't know. I haven't touched base with him since this was last week. So I was looking up, I was reading the news today, and Ford, only Ford, from what I understand, is desperately trying to get rid of new car smell.
Getting rid of it.
Getting rid of it. Because,
Why?
So, same thought I had. I tried to think about it before I read it, though. Why would they want to get rid of it?
That's the best smell in the world. There's only like 2 other smells that are better than that, and I won't mention them here.
Well, now I'm curious.
I said 2, didn't I?
One boob and the other boob.
Boobs.
Oh, boobs smell. Yeah, boobs do smell. They have a scent. We'll move on. So they're trying to get rid of.
Just steer right around that one.
I don't know if that was like that was kind of a creepy.
Yeah. Really.
Like I was thinking about
Well,
the
yeah.
boob smell.
Oh,
I don't
we
know.
offended Jen. Jess,
She's
I'm
out.
sorry.
Oh, now you offended her. That's not even her name.
She's out. She's out. She's not even going to listen.
I can't do this alone.
So I'm reading it, and I was trying to think of why. And apparently the answer is the Chinese. The Chinese, which is the largest car market, they're not offended. They do not like the car smell. New car smell. I don't think they're going to get rid of it in the U.S. I think they're trying to figure out how to get rid of it for the Chinese. They don't like it at all. I love new car smell. I put stuff in my
There's
car.
nothing more American than new car smell.
Yeah. Well, apparently the Chinese don't like it.
Tough.
No, I mean, they're going to get rid of it on their end. I don't think we're going to get rid of it on our end. They got a problem with it, apparently. I don't know what they want it to smell like.
Commie bastards.
You know. What do you think?
Ruining everything.
I don't think it said what they wanted it to smell like. They just don't want new car smell. So they're investigating, what gives off that scent.
Well, I mean,
Like breaking it down.
Yeah, between
the steering wheel gives off a lot of scent at the beginning.
the
and
vinyl, the glue,
the new
the
carpet.
wiring, the carpeting, the seats.
Yeah.
It's just one big kind of
Yeah, it coagulates into one smell.
beautiful smell.
Right. So much that we sell it. You can get new cars scented.
Yeah, they didn't even come close with some of that stuff. I mean, I
Well, I mean,
sprayed
it's-
that
it's-
around.
It's the same as, what is that, black ice? What does black ice smell like? Not,
I have no idea. I've seen them in the gas station when I'm in there. What is that? Is that like the old ice beer kind of smell?
I don't really recall. It's more of a musky kind of smell, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to
Fresh.
smell like ice beer when I roll down my window and the cop is asking me what I'm doing at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. I got black ice smell
Black ice.
in my car. No, those are peaches. Apparently, they want to get rid of it. Not for Americans, I don't think so, because we enjoy that stuff.
Seems like there's a lot better things that Ford could be focusing their attention on. I mean, I don't know.
Well, if they're not buying the cars because they don't like the smell, and that's the largest market.
You know what I found? Just as a matter of fact, yesterday was Mongolian heavy metal. I'm telling you what, this stuff was pretty intense. They had, and
Is it because of the drum beats?
they were called the Who. The
I think that name's already taken.
Well, okay,
I know.
the Who,
Okay, no.
not the Who. H-U.
The Who.
H-U.
Oh, H-U.
H-U. And
Quite the spin-off.
well, I tripped across it, clicked it, and these guys are out there with their little Mongolian banjos or whatever you want to call them. And they got like 30 Mongolian bikers riding these big bad bikes across like the Mongolian desert. And they pull up and they start doing this like throat music that they do. And they're playing like this heavy music. And it was like, and all the bikers are like, yeah. And it was like, I was like, wow. That's
some
kinda
of
cool.
that, some of that Viking music is like that too.
Really?
Yeah, but they don't really say anything. They just,
I never pictured Mongolian bikers. Now, I've seen the Mongols. I was actually driving down river the other day.
Sons of Anarchy.
And there was a bunch of Mongols driving down through Wyandotte down there when we were heading down there. And, yeah, we got behind about 8 of them.
There's a few biker places down there on the side roads.
No, is there?
You see them, yeah.
Yeah.
You drive through them.
But anyway, these are the real Mongols.
I have nothing to do with that.
No. But these were real Mongols. And it was actually kind of cool. So I contacted my buddy out in Oregon.
Until you
and
stop
he's-
into their bar.
Well,
Bronx Tale.
you picked the wrong bar.
Yeah, those are Italians.
Yeah. But these guys were actually, comes to find out, my buddy shoots for a magazine, a rock and roll online magazine out on the West Coast. And he says, a friend of his is actually touring and opening for them out in Oregon right now. So
The Who?
The Who, and then his friend's band is called, I want to call it the Tenement. I got the name wrong. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, just a shout out to the West Coast because they're bringing them in. They're going to do a tour, world tour. The Who,
That must be popular.
the other Who.
Yeah, it must be popular.
It was kind of cool. A little different.
Are they heavy on the drums? Mongolians. When I think of Mongolian, I think of like heavy drumming. Heavy bass drumming.
A little bit of that, but a lot of it was rhythmic, and they could do it with their voices. That was actually what was carrying the bass.
More of the
Yeah,
What is that called?
like a
dear?
chant. It's throat singing.
Yeah, right. So I've seen that before. I've actually attempted it a few times because I got the.
We'd actually be probably pretty good at
I
it
got
if
the
we
voice
could
for
get
it, but,
get any rhythm. But
What was that one that the? Is it New Zealand? Where's Mark Hunt from? They do this badass thing.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. They have this chant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have it there? Do you have the chant, the Mark Hunt thing? He's a UFC fighter. And they have this whole, pump you up thing.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I could see how that would do that. I was actually wanting to go out and buy a bike and go riding across the wastelands of Mongolia.
Where the hell is Mongolia?
It's like kind of between China and Russia, kind of up in there.
That's a safe place to be.
Mongolians are pretty badass.
Question is, who takes them over first?
That's the reason why Mongolia is still there. I think that's the whole reason why China built the Great Wall too. Keep the Mongolians
I
out.
have to look into the history of that. What is that? Did you see that chant? What's it called?
I don't know what you're talking
Look up Mark Hunt,
Yeah.
New Zealand chant or something. It's pretty neat. Yeah. Anyway, so
I should have sent you that link the other day. I meant to. So
those are cool.
it was actually pretty neat.
That's an old country, isn't it?
Yeah, they've held up. Well, what they took over a good third of the world at one point, right?
No.
Haka?
Well, is this show I'm doing it? Let me see. Turn around. The haka is an expression. You gotta fast forward a little bit. I think that might be it.
I think it is.
That would be cool if we could weave some of this into the
Yeah,
podcast.
I can actually get the.
Yeah, this is it. It's where all the guys are.
Yeah, that thing right there.
That's kind of what it looked like.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Put your mic up to it. Put it up to your mic.
There's a reason
Show,
why.
show it to Kirk.
There's a reason why the Chinese built a wall.
Keep the noise out.
Understanding that part of this caravan from Guatemala and Honduras has made its way to the U.S.
It has.
Yeah, Tijuana.
Give me an update here. What's going on?
Tijuana people are kind of.
I know, but
off.
so it didn't come in a wave, though, did it? I mean, they kind of broke apart, and it's like, I mean, you think of a caravan as like this, sort
Well,
of.
they got a couple
large,
thousand people
large,
sitting there at the border. Yeah, I mean it's.
tens of thousands of people, but that's not kind of the way it's playing out. It's
Well, the
playing
latest,
out.
greatest, the Tijuana folks are marching on them and telling them, hey, you know what? Trump's right. There was actually a guy, the mayor of Tijuana was wearing a Make Tijuana Great Again hat.
So what's the point of that?
They're just kind of like ticked off because they're like, why are you people here? Get out.
I know, but they're not. They don't want to stop in Tijuana. They want to make their way to the border.
Right.
So
Well, they got about 8 tiers of razor wire that they're going to try and get across. So
on the U.S. side.
Yeah, yeah. I saw some pictures online. There's like they brought like 70 miles of razor wire up there, and they put it up on the wall. So I guess they're just going around the edge trying to jump the fence. Yeah, it's,
7 separate fences.
7 layers of concertina
All right.
wire. That razor stuff.
Prison wire.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's pretty sharp.
We do throw your kid over it first.
Eh.
Test it out. He didn't make it. I'm going home. So they have to apply for asylum.
I've seen some pictures of the crowd. I'm not seeing a whole lot of like families and little kids in there. I'm seeing like a whole bunch of men.
Teenager men, boy. Yeah.
Bunch of men hanging around
In Tijuana.
in Tijuana.
So what is the message from the Tijuana government to make Tijuana great again? What's the point of that?
Get out. We don't want you here.
There's a lot of protesters that just don't
They're
want
pretty
them
mad.
there.
Mexican
Yeah.
residents.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mexicans don't want them there. They said
Do-
Trump is
so
right
do
was
they
one of
feel-
the quotes. Trump is right. These are a bunch of criminals.
So are they saying that they're stuck? Meaning there's nowhere to go except backwards or sideways?
I haven't heard beyond that.
I mean, if you're in Tijuana and you're stuck, I mean, you push yourself up against the wall, no pun intended, right? And you can't make yourself over the 7 layers of razor wire. You either got to go back or head off 70 miles that way.
Right.
No, they're waiting to be processed
At the
by Border Patrol. Yeah. San Diego.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So they're just waiting.
they're
So-
waiting. So they're what? Taking a group
Walk
of
them right into a bus, walk them up to a plane, and
Mhm.
fly them back.
because now they're going to have to appeal for asylum.
Right.
I mean, that's really their only shot at getting in.
So there's a headline here, and it is from Fox, but it's saying that that caravan at the U.S. border is consisting of 500 criminals already. So
Well,
500 out of
500
a
out
couple
of
thousand?
yeah,
well, that's 25%.
is Fox News though.
yeah.
Right, so
But
no, I'm not. I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's Fox News. I watched the elections a couple weeks ago. You go to Fox News, you see one completely different story from what's happening on CNN, which is a completely different story. Same outcomes, of course, but
Oh, yeah.
the way they're spinning it was just. I actually said to her, I said, I'm going to switch to CNN just to get an alternative, see how they're looking at it. And of course, it was the complete inverse. And on Fox, it was, well, big day for the Republicans. On CNN, it was big day for the Democrats. I'm like, well, it's the same statistics, right?
Yeah, same numbers.
Same numbers, and they spin it so many different ways. Anyway, you're saying this. So Fox News is saying 500 are criminals
out of 6,000,
out of 6,000, so about 8%.
yeah.
How do they've already processed 6,000 enough to know
No.
that they're criminals?
No,
Oh, that
no.
okay. So the first 500 that they processed were all criminals. So we can assume. No, I'm kidding.
Well, they're actually, what I noted was
The
there was
remaining
another side
5,500,
story
yeah.
where they're actually throwing out the tire flattening devices. They're like these homemade little, like, triangular spiky things.
Yeah.
So I guess they're throwing them out to disable the border patrol so people can try to get around them or through the border patrol as they're coming across, which was kind of interesting. I guess they've used this in drug interdiction things when the border patrol's chasing them with a bunch of whatever they got. They'll back up to the Rio Grande
Throw some
and
spike
they'll
strips.
throw these spikes out behind them to try to get them off their tail. They'll have boats waiting in the Rio Grande. They'll ditch the cars back into the Rio Grande, and then they're going, well, we'll just recover the weed or whatever it is after the fact with the boats. So the guys get away. So if they get caught, they've already got like 3 layers of, plan B, plan C, plan D.
Maybe,
how they're
this should be running our IT projects.
I'm telling you.
They got better planning than most IT companies.
If I could just get everybody on the same page,
Change control. Change control. We need to forget the spike strips. We'll come
What's the
back.
turnaround on that? That's a week. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that an emergency? Emergency change control? Yes. Yes, it is.
Has to go through executive approval. Speaking of which, wasn't the my loss of names here. Who's the big dog out in New York getting prosecuted?
In New York?
He's being prosecuted in New York. They actually shut down the bridge last week.
Oh, Governor
El
Christie.
Chapo. No, El Chapo.
Oh, no. Oh,
El Chapo,
Yeah.
which means little man in Spanish. Largest kingpin of all of Mexico.
All right.
They caught him once already years ago.
All right.
Put him in prison. He escaped from the prison.
Oh.
oh yeah, he was on the road.
Made his way to the U.S. Or no, I'm sorry, he didn't make his way to the U.S. They caught him again in Mexico, and he was extradited to the U.S.
Oh.
And he's being charged with everything in New York. And last week they had to shut down the bridge to get him over,
Oh.
to get him from the thing to the court. Because he's in a lot of trouble. They're afraid of him getting away again.
Right.
But he's in an American prison now. He got out of when he escaped. He was in a Mexican prison.
Yeah, he probably just bought his
No,
way out.
bought his way out. Right. So, I mean,
El Chapo.
isn't that's his name?
Yes.
Yeah, his real name is. I think there's a Netflix thing on him. All kinds of documentaries about that guy. He's like a billionaire.
Right. Right. Yeah, I think
In
they
fact,
actually.
I think they were trying to find his money. I'm sorry, at one point.
Oh, really? Well, I think they've actually idolized them where they're making hats. They're making like the candles, the burning religious candles, and all kinds of stuff.
That's
with
my
them. He's
understanding.
like a hero.
My understanding, he still runs a show.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
down there. And he's got money buried everywhere. There was actually a show on like Discovery or something where they were trying to find his money.
That's
His,
right.
his money was buried, and they were talking to his family and trying to find his cash stashes.
Yeah, they were digging around. They
Yeah.
said there's this big field, and this big field has either money or bodies.
Yeah.
And they started tearing up, and they were finding mostly bodies,
Yeah.
no money. Huh. Interesting.
Not the guy you want to run into.
Well, I think when they
Or
name it,
probably more his cohorts. I don't think he himself is very dangerous. But, I mean, one-on-one. But
when they name a cleaver style after you, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you know, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, those Mexicans are, you know, the gangs, Mexican gangs are brutal.
Oh, have you seen some of the stories? I mean, they chop up like 23 people and put them in a garbage can. You know?
Yeah, no, they'll hack it in little pieces.
They'll give you each your own garbage can. There'll be like 23 of them aligned on the side of the road, and it's like, you're just all chopped up in there.
The Russians are known for pretty brutal executions as well.
Yeah, they used to be pretty tough. I think the Mexicans are starting to corner their market, though.
Yeah, they've had some pretty nasty, because of the drug wars down in Mexico last decade.
There was actually a teacher from the East Coast that was just recently killed. Now I'm thinking about it. There was a headline. He was down there visiting, was going to go see his brother, I guess, over in one of the cities. I want to say Mexico City, but it was one of the cities. Didn't see him again.
I think I know what you're talking about. Didn't he go to southern Mexico?
Yeah, he was wandering around down there, and they found him they found him about a week later. They just found his body.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
they say he was the teacher. I'm not going to say anything about the story because maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was a operative, or they thought he was, or something.
Right.
Something.
Yep.
It's usually why they would take out regular, besides kidnappings, you know, of Americans. I mean, how many people? I mean, 15 years ago, you could go down to Mexico and feel pretty safe in
Oh,
the
yeah.
border towns.
Sure.
I wouldn't go now, though. I think there's warnings on the websites,
State Department.
State Department. Thank
Yeah.
you.
The interweb.
The
They're telling you
interwebs.
not to even
The
go
internet.
go to Cancun.
No, they're
Yeah.
saying don't. Yeah, be careful. That's not good for tourism, of course.
Kind of kills that.
They can't seem to stop it, though. It's been
Well,
going on for a long time.
I mean, you got probably, 5 major cartels down there, I think it is, and it's split up by region. And everybody's trying to encroach on everybody else's business down there.
Oh, the drug crisis here in America is not helping. I mean, you have to have, it's supply and demand, right? We're supplying plenty of demand. Let me put it that way.
Well, I mean, they just legalized weed in Michigan, so.
They did, and that's not going to help either because I told you last time that the street vendors, you know, they make more selling their stuff when it's legal.
Right. Well, you got to have a
'Cause now
legal.
now
You have
can
to
walk
have
around
a
with it.
legal path and a legal distribution chain for that, right?
Yeah,
Basic logistics.
for legal, yeah. Oh, it's interesting that now they're trying to get rid of menthol cigarettes. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
The feds are. Yeah, it'll take forever to happen, and probably I don't know if it'll ever happen. The tobacco lobby is pretty large, but they're trying to ban menthol. What state were we in?
California.
California. I don't know if it's just I think it might just be San Francisco.
I think they're trying to get rid of it on a Fed level.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
No, there was a story about them trying to get rid of it on the federal level.
Okay. I actually read another story about how some of the Virginia red tobacco leaves are coming up short for the harvest. So now all the pipe tobacco smokers are starting to either buy up or run out of their pipe tobacco blends at this point. So there's actually a run on some of these.
I was going to say, all it's going to do is drive up the cost, though, right?
Well, it drove up the cost, and now they're running out of it, and it's not even a cost thing. Now it doesn't exist.
So this was, what are you saying, weather-induced?
I don't know if it was weather induced or supply and demand or how that all happened. I was
At the
trying
end
to
of the day,
figure it
it's
out.
a leaf. It's tobacco, right? So
I think you could grow more, right?
under controlled conditions, but I'm sure they have that, but not to the degree controlled being like greenhouse conditions, if you will, but not farming conditions. You have to have the right. I'm sure it's a complicated process to get it correct. But
Well,
then,
I think the
then you
part.
don't. Then you dip it all in the chemical. You dip it in the chemical vat and pull it out, and there you go, sir.
Well, I think the point was that there was some legal licensing pieces in order to be able to grow this particular piece of tobacco or type of tobacco, and then it became this whole thing where they couldn't do it anymore. So it had something to do with the regulation around it, and then the regulation choked the growth of it. And that's what blew it out.
And you're saying this is pipe smoke?
Pipe tobacco,
pipe
very
tobacco,
specific.
not
yeah.
cigar tobacco.
So they'll
but-
take different leaves of different types and mix them all together to get that right blend.
Yeah.
And pipe tobacco people are pretty, how should I say, picky, right? They're
Oh
like,
yeah,
they got a
they'll
whole
know
thing.
if you got a different version of it.
right.
Yeah.
So I think there was a blend. A brand, I think it was McClellan, actually had to quit making the brand that they had.
You ever smoke a pipe?
No, my
I mean,
dad
just
was
tobacco
big into
pipe.
it back in the 70s and 80s. My dad kind of did that, but he had like 3 or 4 pipes. He was trying to quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, because you don't inhale. For those who don't
Yeah,
know.
I know. It was kind of classy in a way, but
Yeah.
all those hipsters are going to be bummed out, man.
Yeah. I've smoked pipes a few times, but I don't know.
Well, now you can just fill up your pipe with the other stuff.
Too much work. Yeah, I can't.
Oh, man. What are you smoking there, man?
Yeah,
Back
okay.
to tobacco.
That's a Maui Wowie.
I can't do the Mackie Wacky Tobacco. I can't.
Maui Wowie on Labrador.
It's no good for me.
Labrador, man.
I never.
Yeah, man. My dog ate my stash.
I never inhaled.
I had to follow him around for a week with a baggie. I'm smoking dog shit, man.
I don't know. Wacky tobacco. I haven't. I'll admit I did inhale. Didn't do anything though. That's just not a story. That's not a Bill Clinton story. It didn't do anything. I think I got oregano.
Probably.
I was like 18 years old, 17. So what? It didn't do anything. I tried a second time because I was like, all right, that didn't do anything. The second one didn't do anything either. I gave up.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's just, you do stuff when
Just
you're
kills your brain
experimenting
cells.
or whatever. And
You wouldn't be the businessman you are today if you kept smoking that
okay,
stuff.
but Baskin Robbins whippets, God damn, so many brain cells I killed.
You can hear them popping when you do that.
Like bubble wrap. There goes your brain. That stuff's pretty harsh.
I can't hear you guys, man.
Yeah, what's that noise in my ears? Whoa.
It's ringing.
No, I don't do that. Have
No.
you ever smoked a pipe?
A pipe? No.
Cigar?
No.
Never puffed on a cigar?
Maybe once, but nothing that I can remember.
Cigarette?
Yeah, but
Benson and Hedges? Marlboro?
I don't know.
Virginia Slim.
Virginia? What's that really, really skinny? Oh, Capri's.
Capri.
Super skinny
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Girly cigarettes.
That's my brand. No, I'm not a smoker, so no.
I should have known. When I was a little kid, I had those Lucky Strike candy smokes.
Oh yeah, they don't
They-
make those. Oh, they do.
They do make
They do
them.
make them.
You find them
still.
in a dollar store.
Yeah.
They still make them. You're just not going to find them at Walmart. You know.
Just got to go to the local corner store.
What corner store is there anymore? Citgo, Marathon. What are the other ones? ExxonMobil. Who else?
Save on.
Save-On.
Save.
Makes sense to me. Don't sponsor the show. I don't get it.
On every corner of every
They take smokes out because it's not healthy,
right.
but they up the liquor section like tenfold. And everything else, and like there's an entire aisle of crap food. You know, might as well be called the carb aisle. Carbs and sugar aisle.
Cheez-Its and whiskey.
No, it doesn't make any sense to me why they did that. Doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I get it. They want to be seen as health. So no. They renamed it CVS Health, but basically,
Yeah.
okay. Nurses inside get advisement from pharmaceutical. I get it. Okay, from the pharmacist. You know, get your flu shots, the whole thing. CVS Health, but I'm not sure exactly how much, but they have really increased their alcohol output. Right. They have a lot more wines and
Socially acceptable.
True.
just telling you. You know,
It's a little hypocritical. Isn't it?
Walgreens didn't take it out. Rite Aid didn't take it out. I think it was behind the counter because it's right there. You know.
Right.
Hold on a second. Will you give me that beer, please?
Here you go.
Bud Light.
Orange.
It's Bud Light Orange.
He's obsessed.
I don't know. Not my thing. Orange beer. It's like Orange Man is bad.
The Bud Light people can sponsor the show. The Bud Light Orange people.
Real American heroes. Thank you, Mr. Bud Light Orange beer drinker.
Hey, let me tell you something. Well, I'm a Guinness drinker for the most part. Until the springtime when it got hot and I was outside working. I said, I need something. You know, Guinness is refreshing, but it doesn't have that.
Yeah, that's not something for out in the
That's not
summer
like
cutting
cool
lawn.
me off
Yeah,
feel
no.
to it, right?
No.
So give me something to cool off. And I think we had one. I was like, oh, let me try that. It was like,
That's not too bad.
Our G brought him over or something.
yeah,
like
maybe
that.
somebody brought them over.
Yeah.
It was like
Try it.
tasting the rainbow.
Okay.
You should probably try some local brews from up north. I
We
think they have,
we actually bought a bunch of stuff recently, some craft beers and whatnot. You know, anytime I say Guinness to somebody, they try to match it with a dark stout that doesn't taste very good
right.
because it's just not. It's just not.
It's
This.
not
They,
this-
they think the color of it because it's almost black, right?
Right.
They think the color of it. Well, I'll give you a black beer, and it's always too harsh.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I've been, I don't know. It's either Guinness or whatever for me. I like Fat Tire a little bit.
I think that's a Belgian, isn't it?
That's a Belgian.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people were into the IPAs, and it's like every brewery everywhere.
Oh,
You go everywhere, it's like an IPA, India Pale Ale, oh my God.
No,
Yeah.
that's all I'm hearing. It's a good IPA. I'm not. I don't know. You like people like what they like. No problem.
Yeah, it's hoppy, it's malty. It depends on what you like, you know.
Everybody's taste buds are different.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
You know, I mean, there's certain things I like, and it's
I think we
just,
got too many choices.
I can't do it. Now you go in. There's some stores that allow you to do these 6-pack, fill your own,
Mix it up.
mix it up.
Man.
But there's so many damn choices.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do you put in there?
You go there by which label's the coolest looking. I can't. I don't have time to study.
Well, they've had some cool labels. You know, I've seen some pretty. There was one I remember seeing. It was called something Bastard Ale.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got the coolest label on it, but I hear it's just, you know, it's just, it'll punch you in the face when you drink it.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You
what
know,
I
I
heard.
actually collect red wine bottles.
Why is that?
I don't.
Why red wine?
Because I don't drink wine at all,
Okay.
red or white. But red wine has the coolest labels.
Okay.
Not white wine for some reason hasn't caught on to that.
Hmm.
So I'll just go into a store and see if I see something new.
Okay.
Check them all out like a collection. I don't drink them. I just buy them for whatever looks cool.
Yeah, I'm not much of a drinker myself, so
No.
I get into it. But
No, I buy. They're like I don't know what you call them. I just. Well, hello again. No focus on you. I'll just put you back in your seat. Yeah.
I thought it was Jess coming back, checking the.
Oh, sorry.
timelines.
I collect red
You
wine
guys are
bottles.
supervised.
Red wine bottles.
What? Wine?
Red wine bottles. Not how I collect them.
Yeah.
She hears wine and she just jumps out of her seat.
Wine?
Wine.
What about wine?
Well, I collect them, but I don't drink them. I just like the cool labels.
Yeah.
But I don't drink wine. What's the best wine you've ever had?
Oh. I don't know.
I could tell you Dom Perignon. Don't support the show. It tastes like crap.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's awful.
Never had it.
don't bother. Just get the. You know, it's really good. Welch's grape juice, bubbly.
There you go. Non-alcoholic.
Yeah, it tastes good. Dom Perignon, I don't get it. It's $250 a bottle. Tastes like dirt.
Yeah. We were disappointed.
No, I thought it was gonna be a special occasion.
When did the occasion warrant a Dom Perignon?
Oh, I think somebody gave it to us. I think.
I think it was a New Year's or something.
Here, somebody gave it to us. I'm not gonna go out and buy a $250 bottle of anything.
What the hell is this crap?
It's just a brand, I think. I
Maybe
don't
some
know.
Bud Light Orange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But what's your favorite wine? Barefoot.
Barefoot makes a good wine.
There you go. I know.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
They do.
John,
Cheap
what
and
is
easy.
your favorite white wine
Dang it.
brand?
I mean, I'm going to get a lot of judgment for this because
No, you're not.
I'm really going to.
Boone's
It's Barefoot Moscato.
Oh, see,
We just
I
said
said
barefoot.
we just said barefoot.
barefoot Chardonnay.
She was
I mean,
listening
I could
outside
go
the
on
door.
and on.
Were you
I
listening?
mean, one, I can open the cork with a knife and just stick it in there and twist it and
Yeah.
pull it out.
Yep.
Two, it's
Ease of opening.
cheap. Three,
Cheap and easy.
it is delicious because it's basically like sugar water.
I think the barefoot people should sponsor the show.
I feel like they should. Hello, Barefoot.
Yeah, we just said barefoot before you came in.
Chalk Hill makes a really nice Chardonnay as well.
What
Just
was
go.
it called? Chalk Hill?
Chalk Hill. Yeah.
All right, enough about wine. This guy's show. Listen. All right.
Men.
When you think
You
of,
guys asked.
when you think of,
I leave for 1 minute and I come back there talking about wine.
no, I said
I
said
can't leave them alone together.
fine, I'm not gonna explain myself.
Men.
Here, why don't you take the mic? You snorted again.
Sorry. We are live.
So just give me a topic.
Thanksgiving is coming up
Yes, it
on
is.
Thursday, which apparently a lot of people seem to have very mixed feelings about because pilgrims came here and took everyone's land and were like, hey, this is mine now.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Let's have a party and share food.
Yeah.
Manifest destiny.
Boom.
Well, first of all, I don't think most people think about what Thanksgiving is really about to begin with. Most people, it's turkey stuffing and football
Turkey and football.
and 2 football games, right?
And
The
hanging out
Cowboys
with
and
in-laws.
Cowboys and the Packers, hang out with the Outlaws.
Shout out.
Or the Mongols. Depends on what
Or
you're
big
into,
butts.
you know.
No, but really, yeah. So what do? You do the turkey stuffing, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my in-laws are pretty good about that. It's usually a big thing. I mean, we probably have anywhere between 20 and 30 people.
And-
Wow.
And what are you giving thanks for?
I'm just glad we got a great family.
Right, but that's not what it's for, though, right? I'm disagreeing. I do the same thing. Thanksgiving is supposed to be about, its origination about basically taking over the country.
But then be thankful for it.
Be like, good, we took over your land. We're thankful.
Be thankful we took all of your things, all of your land, and all your women. Here's some turkey.
Here's some turkey and stuffing. How did Stouffer's get in on that?
People became lazy
I like Stouffer's.
or busy
Yeah.
or both.
I don't
Stouffer's
care.
is good.
I'm glad they did.
People forgot how to cook.
I can't watch the turkey thing, by the way.
Watch what turkey thing?
I eat it, no problem.
Oh, the whole stuffing.
Yeah,
and
I
all-
stay
yeah,
out.
can't
I
do
stay
that
out of the
either.
kitchen.
I can't pull the things out of the bird and do the things. Like I need someone to do that for
the
me, and then
gizzards
I'll
and the
stuff
neck
it with
and
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
The neck. Do they really need to put the neck in there?
Yeah.
Really?
absolutely.
Is that really part of the deal?
Hey, if you're living in a colony, you just landed on the dirt shores of some place you thought was someplace else, and you've got limited resources, you're going to eat every frickin' thing on that turkey.
Right, but it's 2018. I go to McDonald's
Yeah.
and eat some nuggets that aren't really nuggets.
I mean,
Okay.
at least go get some Boston Market.
So which is worse? Is it worse to have the nuggets of things that you don't know what it was, or knowing that it was a neck of a turkey?
Well, that's probably what a nugget is.
Maybe.
Could be.
It's got more flavor.
Because I fry it. So your point is,
Throw in the stuffing.
I
Yeah,
ate
Thanksgiving
McDonald's
has
for a
been-
while.
but do you
Thank
do
you.
it? Do
I
you
needed
do,
that though.
Do you do the thing? Do you the turkey and the stuffing and the
No,
gravy
I don't.
and
I
the
don't
mashed
murder
potatoes?
it. Well, yeah, I do the whole dinner thing, but I don't personally murder the turkey. No.
Right. Well, I don't think too many people do. You know, butterball.
I mean, I'm not going to cook it either, so I'm assuming they're getting a turkey from somewhere. I'm going to my aunt's, so I have yet to have Thanksgiving at my house. Probably because I'm scared of stuffing a turkey or pulling all the stuff out before you stuff it.
It's all in a bag now.
Yeah.
They just bag it up.
Yeah, but you're supposed to use that bag for something, right? Like make gravy out of it or something.
Yeah. Generally, you're supposed to. Not a lot of people do.
What do you do with it?
Throw it away. Feed it to the dogs.
Ugh.
Not the neck,
Dogs
though.
love that stuff.
Not the neck, though. Too many bones.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Thanksgiving's basically become, and this has been for decades now, turkey stuffing and football for Americans, and naps.
Lots of naps.
All day.
Green Bay Packers, Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions, football, Steelers, naps.
I'm grateful for that.
Thankful.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Thank you for giving me this football day.
Thank you for just giving me a day off where I don't have to think about anything.
You know what? It's like the entire week now, though. Especially on a week like, well, it always falls on Thursday, but people pretty much take the week off.
Yeah, I wish I could.
Well, you
I'm
know,
still
you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like at work, nobody's like really going out hardcore. We're all waiting for Wednesday.
I was trying to push it today on a couple of calls. I'm like, hey, guys, I get it. It's Thursday. Thursday's our day. We're
Well,
all shooting
Wednesday.
for it.
Who works? Who does anything on Wednesday? I mean, I'm not saying you don't go to work, but everybody's like, not really doing anything.
Well, you know what? It's a good time to check your resources because then by this time, everybody's kind of figured out what that schedule is going to be around Christmas. And if we're down for 2 weeks, we're down for 2 weeks.
2 weeks during Christmas.
Well, yeah, I think the
week of
cutoff
and the week
this year is like around. If you don't have everything done by the 20th, you're pretty much done.
What's it fall on this year? Christmas.
Ooh.
On what day?
I think
It's like
It's terrible when it.
Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Tuesday.
It's on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
It's on a Tuesday.
yeah, it's a
That's-
Tuesday.
that's
So
a-
the
that's a-
20th is I think the Friday before the 19th.
Right. People are gone the entire time.
Yeah.
You can't get hold of anybody. Everybody takes that time off.
I'm going to do a change on the 20th.
What are you
What are you
going to
doing?
do?
I'm going to do a major change on the 20th.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, change request.
And that nice update to the servers.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to update all of the patches that we wanted to do.
Uh,
We're going to do them a week early.
Do Microsoft patches on the 20th. Schedule it. That'll be fun.
Major change to production.
Yeah, people really enjoy you. Yeah, we don't. People in the government pretty much. People take time off. That entire.
Everybody's trying to get in all their time off at the end of the year.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, you're pretty much dead for 2 weeks.
From the 20th to the 3rd, 2nd, 3rd.
And regardless of the industry, because like automotive is hardcore. It's like once you hit hunting season, everything is sketchy until January.
Yeah, well, so it started. Hunting season started bow hunting a few weeks ago, and
I think gun season just started last week.
So everybody's out in Michigan. There's a lot more hunting in Michigan than people think. Yeah.
All the FUDs.
Yeah. Do you do hunting? Do you go hunting?
Do you do hunting?
No, do you go hunting? Are you like Ted Nugent?
No, I'm not a Ted Nugent guy, but
would you go hunting?
You kind of look.
Oh
like
yeah,
him.
I would in a heartbeat.
No, you don't. You don't though.
Well, my buddy actually invited us up this last week for gun season, but I couldn't pull it off, just with everything going on.
Yeah, I think I'd do it too. Just haven't.
He's got deer problems. I mean, they actually have so many deer out in their area. It's kind of about 2.5 hours northwest of here, and they've got all kinds of problems. Just too many damn deer.
You got a place 2.5 hours northeast of here.
Oh, you're towards Saginaw. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's nice up there.
Yeah, it's okay. If I was going to go hunting, I'd probably go up to the UP or something, though. Like, really do it up. Week and a half. I'd go with some seasoned people, though. I don't really know what they're doing. I know a guy he was on the show, Pure Ringo, hunting
Watch
moose.
out.
Oh, yeah?
These things are enormous.
In the UP?
Yeah. Yeah, they go up there for a couple weeks. And
they got moose in the UP?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He showed me pictures. These things are enormous.
Yeah, the only place I've seen moose is out, North Dakota, South Dakota.
I don't know what the terms. Tip to tip, they were good 6-7 feet across.
Huge.
The antlers.
Yeah.
At least. About 500-600 pounds.
They can get ornery, too.
700-800, right? Yeah, yeah. They can get nasty. He says they don't know. He caught one the first day, so he felt like he was done. And I guess I caught another one.
I wonder what moose
weeks
meat
later.
is like.
He said if you listen to his podcast, which is Pure Rainville, he said the meat is excellent.
Lean?
Just the best meat you've ever had. Especially if you get the right parts or whatever.
Okay.
Better than venison. Much better.
Yeah, I actually watched a video, as a matter of fact, yesterday. It was how to field prep a deer. And I was like, whoa, this guy ripped it out in 15 minutes.
Yeah, some of these guys are real skilled at it.
Wow. It was like,
you gotta be careful, but yeah.
Oh, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing.
That was kind of cool. It was a little, it kind of made me cringe a little bit because he was sawing through some stuff, and I was like, ooh.
What's interesting that I've found about hunters, though, is that they have a great respect for life, more so than maybe regular everyday people.
Oh, absolutely.
I was talking to Pierre about some stuff at my house, and I know it seems silly, but we've got toads and frogs or whatever in a pond, and talking about redoing it. He's real keen on making sure that they were real well taken care of during the process of flipping it over, whatever.
Oh.
What?
Make little wheelchairs for him while you're making frog legs.
Yeah, no. It was his respect for for life and animal and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I guess when they kill these deer and moose. I mean, they use every part,
Oh yeah.
every piece, every part, eat the whole thing, whatever. They don't just go out there and like
No.
cowboys and hunt stuff and
No, that's the way it should be.
kill it for nothing.
No, if you're taking it, there's a reason for it, right?
Yeah, a lot of hunting goes on in Michigan, more than I thought.
There is that is actually a huge thing in Michigan.
Yeah, pretty major contingent.
And when you get across up in the UP, it's like a lifestyle. It's
no, that's what
they just
do.
live it.
That's what they do. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing up there. There's nothing up there. You want to go to McDonald's, you got to travel like 60 miles. You know?
Moose burger at McDonald's.
I mean, a moose will feed you an entire season.
Oh, absolutely. That gets you through the winter.
Yeah. That's where I'm headed.
UP?
Yeah.
UPA.
Gonna chop some wood and hunt the moose. And,
It's beautiful up there.
yeah, when you're stuck. When you're stuck up
That's
there.
why you got a snowmobile.
Try to get my Buick out of the driveway. I don't have a Buick, but one time I was in a Buick, not up north, but 2.5 hours. I couldn't get out.
Oh, you were done.
Yeah, there's no,
No chains, no nothing.
no, just regular everyday snow. I like GM and all. Buick's a nice car, but not making it through the snow.
Nope.
Two wheel front wheel drive.
Need a Jeep. Right now, they're coming out with, it's actually a pickup truck.
Oh gosh.
Looks like a Wrangler with a pickup truck
Oh,
on the
my
back.
Lord.
Oh, they're trying to compete because the pickup trucks are real hot right now.
Well, here's what I was thinking. I looked at that thing, and the first thing I wanted to do was slap a cab on the back of it.
It doesn't have a cab.
It doesn't have a cab. It's got a kind of a short bed on it, and it looks almost like a short, squat kind of dually, kind of thing. It's got like a cab, on the back of it, and the 4-door version. I was like, oh my God, these guys better be like thinking about a cab to slap on the back of that thing.
Yeah.
You see
I
pictures of it? Let me see.
yeah,
I mean, it needs a cab right on it.
Turn it around. Let's see it.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the
You'll like
Wrangler
this
as
one.
it is.
I just fixed my Jeep this week. Oh, that's sweet.
Isn't it?
That's
Oh,
sweet.
that's a little shorter than the one I saw.
Is
So
it-
that's
Oh,
actually
let
looking.
me- let-
this
turn it back
hold
around.
on,
Let me see.
Hold on. This is just like this is probably the one.
Yeah.
Let me-
This
let
one
me
I'm
see
not a
it.
fan.
Let me see.
It looks a little more like a step side.
No, I don't like that one. Go back to the other
I
one.
know.
The other one's a little modified, though. You can tell. You're not getting it off the line.
Oh,
that
no.
way. There we go. That's sweet.
I actually kicked myself in the butt. I didn't buy a Commander.
Now,
back
is that
in
is that actually on? I'm sorry. Is that actually on the market, or is that a
It's coming out.
Is that a prototype?
2019.
Mm-hmm.
19?
So it'll be out here in the
What's
next.
it called?
Um,
Go Jeep.
Wrangler.
no. It's
Hold on. Let me see. Wrangler pickup.
It's a Wrangler pickup.
That's not the name I remember, but
New Wrangler SUV.
Ah,
It's not.
it's not a Wrangler. They got a different name for it.
that's pretty cool looking, though.
It is neat.
Wrangler?
Go check it out.
Gladiator.
Ah,
Scooter?
that's it.
What's it called?
Gladiator.
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 Jeep
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nice looking truck. No reviews on it from us, but pretty sweet looking.
Put a lift on that baby.
Yeah.
Little cab on the back.
Yeah, the thing is that Ford F-150s, Silverados, the Jeeps, I'm sorry, the Rams,
Oh yeah.
and the
Rams.
GM and GMCs are really, really, really at it for the truck.
Oh, they're selling the heck out of those things.
Well, I think people finally figured out that they drive like cars pretty much, but you get that extra cab space.
Right.
You get all the bells and whistles on the inside.
And they got a new Ranger coming out.
Yeah, the Ranger's coming out. That's a smaller truck, though, right? Like
The Ranger was always like
Kinda like a
an
Colorado.
economy, but
Yeah.
it looks like this one's like a step up from the old
Oh, yeah, it
version.
does.
And it kind of sits in the middle.
well, you got a picture of it?
Hold on. Yeah.
So it
It-
looked
it
like that
looks
caught
like
like
a
a Chevy
Colorado.
Colorado.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they said they were coming back out with the Ranger. I think they're also making the Bronco again, aren't they?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the Broncos coming out, and I've seen some pictures of that, and it was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty slick.
When they put them all jacked up, though, they all look good.
Oh yeah.
When you get onto the lot, it looks like a Kia. Like, damn it.
Well, that was the Renegade. I got my hopes up on the Jeep Renegade, and then I saw it. I was like, oh my God, that's a Pacer. You know,
Yeah, they always put out
Teeny tiny little thing.
The promo. Like anytime you see a Ford commercial, not anytime, but they'll show the Raptor all the time. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I want that. And I went to the lot and I was like, I want to lease that. And the guy's laughing at me. He's like, you can't lease that. You can't lease a Raptor. I'm like, why not? And he says, no, no can do. How about the F-150 Sport? You know, and I'm like,
Okay.
okay, I'll take that one.
No, that's not what I asked for.
I want the Raptor. He's like, don't lease those. I don't like to buy. I like a couple every 3 years, get a new one. You know,
All right.
and you're upside down so quick on these things, right? So,
Well, there's that. Yeah,
you know, unless you really intend on staying in it, you know.
that's when you learn how to wrench.
Yeah, I like wrenching cars, but I got my Jeep Wrangler. I think it's like a 90.
Is that a 2-door or a 4-door?
2.
That's a 2-door. Yeah, that's what is that? That's
It's like a 96.
okay.
Yeah. Love that thing. What a piece of crap.
It's fun though.
Yeah, I have a blast with it. I got an Arctic Cat that's like that too.
They're easy to work on. You know, I mean, all things considered.
The Jeeps.
Yeah, you can wrench.
Yeah,
all
it
day
wasn't.
long.
It's not a complicated set, right?
You just got to get in
under
there
the
and
hood.
got a couple of extra tools you need. But
Yeah, it's I didn't fix it myself, but I probably could have.
Yeah.
Just need a new alternator and carburetor. It wasn't that difficult.
oh yeah,
And but when you look under a Jeep Wrangler's hood, it's not that complicated. It's the same old stuff, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't have any electronics in it. Not 96.
straightforward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty straightforward stuff. You can tell what's what. You know, with the newer vehicles, it's a little bit more difficult because you pull the wrong plug and everything goes to waste.
I got a 99 with a bunch of rust, and I'm like trying to figure out how I can work around the rust. And
What
make
is it? 99 watt?
99 XJ. So it's
XJ.
an old Cherokee
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cherokee body style.
Yeah, so that's probably a lot easier than a modern day Cherokee.
I'm just
to work
hoping the
on.
floor pans aren't out in it, and if they aren't, I can save it. I mean, I've had it for 19 years now, so you know.
But even then, you could put new ones in.
Well, then that means I got to gut the
You
whole
got- you're
interior.
talking about-
I got a whole bunch of work. It's like I'm just trying to figure out how I can like clean it up,
Yeah, you don't have
put some sliders
don't have
on
a
it,
lift or
reinforce the frame, lift it,
Yeah.
be done. Ride it for another 10 years.
Yeah, I've been tooling around with stuff lately, huh? Yeah,
Tinkering.
I've
We
been
call-
I've
we
been
call
I've been
it
tinkering with stuff.
Tinkering.
Tinkering.
Yeah, I like to tinker with my toys. Tinker toys. Hey, you remember they had those things called
Yeah.
Tinker toys?
Oh yeah,
Just
think we
pieces
talked
of
about
just
that.
sticks.
Yeah.
Metal and wood and
I thought they were just wood sticks that had holes in them.
no. Oh, Tinker Toys was wood. There was Erector set.
Oh yeah, the
That's
erector,
what it
That
was.
the
was-
erector set.
that
That was a
was
step.
last
was the metal one.
podcast.
That was a step up from Tinker Toys. Tinker Toys is for like 2-3-year-olds. A stick,
Yeah.
put a little house together or whatever. Erector sets, you can start making cranes and
Yeah.
to lift up your dually.
Start getting some load bearing on there.
Yeah,
Get the cat snared in there.
yeah. I told her I want to buy a Mack truck.
A Mac.
Yeah, just to drive around and be obnoxious.
Now the International actually has a really cool thing they came out with. I think it was about 6 or 7 years ago, and it's meant for hauling fifth wheel campers, and it looks like a semi. It's not as big as a semi, but it's a little bit smaller.
Oh,
But it's
Lord.
all meant for fifth wheel camping.
What brand is this again?
International. International.
Oh yeah, well, I know who they are. Okay,
Yeah.
so they build a lot of the 18-wheeler
Oh, big time, yeah.
Try.
I was like, oh,
Trucks.
ever since I saw one of those, I said, I want that.
Yeah, probably like $250,000. So
Couple turbos on it, couple turbo diesels in there.
yeah, I'm actually checking out this truck.
Oh, I like this.
Let me see. You can't just say that and not turn around. I've been looking at this Ford
Like
F-350.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Like it.
turn it around, I said.
What'd you say?
I said turn around. I want to see it. What do you want? What do you need it for? She has an Aston Martin. What are you talking about?
Can you see
What's
it?
that?
A Rapide. Isn't that what that's called?
Yeah,
Was
it's
it a Rapide?
Yeah, it's got a V12 in it. That thing moves. I didn't get to see enough of it.
Is that the International?
No.
I mean, that's what comes up.
Damn, yeah.
I know.
How
I want
much?
This one.
Put
I don't
put the
know.
word price in there. Yeah, look at that bad boy.
It's
Take
got
that around.
room.
Take that around.
It
and
does.
annoy your neighbors.
4 doors for the
Couple
fam.
I'm going to
turbos.
work. I'm going to work at my IT position.
4 doors for the fam.
Yeah.
Fit the whole family.
How much is it though?
right,
Let me
let's
take
see.
a guess. Let me take a base price. God, it's got to be at least $1.7, at least $1.55.
I'm gonna say 75 grand.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
Well, are we talking new or used?
Dude,
Well,
I know.
let's go new. Let's just go
A
new.
new international, whatever it's called.
Oh,
150.
I'm saying 150, 175. Those things go forever.
Oh yeah.
Million
Once-
miles, right? Diesel.
it's not.
For sale.
All right, try a used one then. Now we're gonna find one.
No.
They're all sold.
No.
Look on the interwebs. Look at
she is.
look at like car gurus or something.
Flatbed.
No,
Or,
this isn't.
no.
Mhm.
Where's a business for you? Find some international trucks
No,
for sale.
it's not.
No.
None for
Not sale.
sale.
Not seeing them out there.
And what about brand new? You can't get a price.
No.
Google doesn't know this.
I wonder if they even make them anymore. Maybe they quit making them.
Oh, we'll have to go to that Jeep. What's it called? The Raid. That's a movie.
Gladiator.
Gladiator. That's also a movie.
I am Sparta.
Sparta.
Oh, wait.
No,
No,
that's
that's the
Sparta
wrong movie.
300. Yeah.
That's 300.
Same looking guy.
Same kind of, yeah.
Same
thing.
kind of guy. No, it was Russell Crowe was in Gladiator.
Yeah.
And the other guy was in Sparta 300. Sparta
Okay,
300.
2005.
All right.
It looks
34,000.
For
35.
how many miles? 250,000 miles.
26.
1,000 miles?
Oh, no. Hold on.
No way.
31,000.
Where do you see that? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say 31,000 miles?
Broken.
No. 310,000.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, never
You
mind.
wish. You
Never
wish.
mind.
No.
Investors, we would like to buy a truck. We'll just go on to GoFundMe.
That's not even outside the warranty at 37,000 miles.
Go fund my truck. Yeah, you wish.
You could haul everything with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What are you doing, sweetheart? I got a trailer this weekend. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Oh, all with 20 miles an hour. That'd be fun. All right, so good job, Jeep. They got a thing called the Gladiator coming out. Looks cool. No reviews, but they get a 10 on. Looks cool.
I think we need to hook up with some local automakers and see what they're doing on cabs for it.
On cabs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Pop a cab on the back.
If you pop a, you're talking about you're talking about a cover.
Yeah, some sort of cover.
Yeah.
I mean, it would almost look like a Humvee at that point.
Mm-hmm.
If you put a white one on it, that'll look stupid.
Well, custom color,
Yeah.
a little
Red.
extra.
Red,
Cami.
orange. Yeah, I'm gonna check out those Jeep Raids. I'm gonna rename it the Jeep Raid.
Jeep Raid.
It's called the Gladiator. That looks cool. Good idea.
Put the sunroof in it.
Good idea. I like that. Wonder how much they're gonna go for though. Base price $24,000. If you want wheels and an engine,
Oh, you want a seat with that?
$84,000.
Yeah, a seat.
Sir, there's nothing inside that one.
Flintstone car. No engine.
What are the holes in the floorboard for?
So
That's
you
for your feet, you
for your
dumbass.
feet.
You
Fred
thought this was
Flintstone.
$24,000. That's the base price, the base of your feet. How much are they going to run for? What, don't you know to look things up as I'm talking? You're fired.
That's funny.
Trying to keep up with
I think I just mouth farted. You're just not good at this. If we had a TV up here, I'd be like, can you please put it up? We're going to add a TV to this thing.
We need like a super nerd to sit here
There is no pricing.
Oh, come on. Come
because
on.
they haven't released it yet.
Okay, let's
hold
take
on.
let's take
low,
a guess.
Low 30s.
No way. Yeah.
Starting in the low 30s.
It's cheaper than my minivan.
Well
I bought.
equipped models.
You're not getting the tires with that.
Well equipped models.
Well equipped means
going
with an engine.
around the 40K mark.
Okay, so let's call it 40K base.
Sign me up.
If you wanted the bells and whistles, I bet you,
60.
hold on, you're talking 55. If you want
But
jacket,
it's a Jeep. Why do you want the bells and whistles?
no. I'm saying like if you want to jack it up a little bit, all that stuff,
Yeah.
$60,000. Not bad though.
It'll probably hit there, yeah.
I bet you like 60, 63, 64. Nice looking truck though.
I'd go stripped, and then I would just drive it the way it is, and then wait for the aftermarket parts to start hitting.
That's
Yeah.
if you
And then
bought it
just-
though. What if you leased it though? If you
Oh,
lease
I
it,
ain't
you
leasing that.
You can't.
No.
You can't do anything.
You
to
don't
it.
lease Jeeps. Not like that.
No, you drive them
buy
till
it.
they like it's
Run
a
into the
frame and
ground.
wheels.
Yeah, mine has I think what 211,000 miles on it.
I got
Still.
159 on mine right now.
159.
Yeah,
I got 211. You got a ways to go.
I got a little ways to go. It's been sitting a lot though.
Yeah, mine too. I don't use it as primary or anything, so it's a stick. I love driving it though. Big knobby tires on it. And
I got the biggest tires I can do with the standard lift, the standard suspension. I'm thinking about putting a lift on it. Once I get everything straightened out with the rust and everything, I'm gonna
That'd be cool.
pop it up about 3 inches.
yeah, it's funny you say
With some
that because I was
sliders.
telling her yesterday. I was like, if you're gonna jack up a truck or whatever, don't be obnoxious about it, right? Jack it up just enough to know it's jacked up. Put big tires on it,
Right.
but don't. Last thing you want is skinny tires in a jacked up vehicle. That Aston Martin, by the way, has the thickest back wheels you've ever seen on the
Well,
planet.
you got to transfer V12.
So you
to the
can't
ground?
you can't see it on that video. I'll take another video. The tires are probably people on the camera can't tell, but probably about that wide.
You're
Back
probably
tires,
talking, that's like a racing slick.
almost like about a foot and a half across. Yeah, but they're tucked under there, so you can't really see.
Yeah.
I did put the pedal to the metal last week.
Where'd you do that at?
On a straightaway. Let's just say that. And it's funny. It starts humming, right? Sounds like a Maserati.
You got a turbo lag on that?
I don't know.
You got a turbo on it?
Yeah, it's called sport mode.
Okay.
And if you put the pedal to the metal, it kicks back in. Like you hear that sound again.
Yeah.
I was doing 103 before I knew it. I mean, I looked down. I thought I was doing like 60. I was doing 103 with ease.
And that's when you got to be paying attention.
Yeah, and I was like, oof, going way too fast.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I'm having fun with that. I actually, I'm just as happy with the old shit piece boxes. You know, my Jeep as I am with that.
Gotta have some fun.
Yeah, and the Arctic Cat, I like that too. I ran into my own truck with the Arctic Cat. You know what an Arctic Cat is?
The four-wheeler?
It's like an ATV four-wheeler, but
Yeah.
it's like a little bit monstrous comparatively. And it's got steel on the back and a winch and all this stuff. I ran into the back of my truck by accident, and it just crushed my truck.
No.
Yeah,
Gotta watch that clutch.
nothing happened. Nothing happened to the Arctic Cat. 'Cause
Really?
It's all made out of steel.
Yeah.
The front of my truck's made out of plastic.
Oh, you hit the front.
Yeah, I backed right into it. Oops.
Homer.
But the good news is my truck, you know, the way the accidents are now. I had an accident in my own driveway with myself. It just punches right back out.
You cause more destruction in such a small area
What do you mean?
on our own vehicles.
What are you talking about?
You took out mine too.
No, you drove up on a curb, and the front end ripped off.
Backed into my car.
Well, things happen. I back into a lot of things.
Road that I can get out of my neighborhood in.
I've been working a lot on 75 and 696. I mean, so we complain about it, but at least they're doing something.
Let him
about
talk. He's ready to
It. Go ahead.
My head's gonna explode.
Go.
They've got Coolidge. They've ripped that up for like 8 months now. Up
Which
and
is
down.
south of 14 or north of 14?
North of 13, south of 14. They've ripped that up. They put in a rubber water line in there, and they're still screwing around with it. Now, now today they just started cutting up the street that allows me to get off of Coolidge onto my neighborhood street, and there's a major gas line that runs through there. Remember when they blew up the house like about 5 years ago? Blew the guy up in his house because of the drilling.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They're tearing up the line that feeds all those lines.
Well, that's got to make you feel safe.
I'm kind of sitting there going, oh, what you guys doing down there? Because if that blows up, my house isn't going to be here.
Is the gas off?
You turn that off? Oh, hell no. We got a lighter. We're checking it. It's good.
It's good. It's on.
Staying warm.
Oh, they're tearing up the road.
The thing with
Can't get out
construction
of my
is
house.
we don't want it done and we want it done, right? I mean, it's like you got to be so arguably like I go down to Ohio. My God, they're working on that stretch of 75 south for like 20 years. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding.
No, for real.
Since I've been 15 years old.
Thank
It's
you.
just constant.
I don't know if there was a finance issue or what, but
Yeah.
they finally. I don't think finished it, but they
No.
finished that stretch of 75 to where you don't have to.
But they had to go start at the other end where
Yes.
they built it
No,
15
they're
years
still
ago.
there. They're
I don't know
still
what
there.
those guys are doing. Whoever has that contract, you know, or whoever's doing the allocations for that appropriation should be fired. But nonetheless, Michigan, we have terrible roads, but at least they've been at it this year. They've been at it this year.
There was a little strike there that kind of threw things off, though.
You know, there was, but there's been a lot of movement this year, and we got to tolerate. I want to be the guy who sells those orange barrels. Who sells those orange barrels? I mean, for God's sake, they're everywhere.
You know what's worse than orange barrels? Orange barrels and snow.
Yeah.
Because usually they pull up the orange barrels before the snow falls. The other day I had to drive to work. There was orange barrels and snow and ice. It's like, you want to make everybody like lose their frickin' minds in this country, in this state? Make me go through a winter with orange barrels all frickin' winter.
I don't know if they're going to try to work on it through the winter. I think that there was a thing about 696 in Warren. I can't remember the mayor's name. He's that dude. and he was, what's his name?
Oh.
Fouts. He was putting up a stink about it because 696 is all messed
Oh,
up.
that's been tore up for 6.
Oh, it's messing
maybe
up. It's
4
messing
months.
up commerce and Warren. What is that? Who are the Orange Barrel people? Is it called orangebarrels.com?
Yep.
No, for real.
MCP or something? No, that's who owns them.
I'm just gonna make them $1 cheaper and sell them.
Well, they got the orange barrels, and then they got these new little thin pylons. They
Yeah,
got
I've seen those.
things. That gives you a little more room.
Have you ever seen them put out the orange barrels?
Yeah, it's very sophisticated now.
Very cool.
They
Oh,
used to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Now they drop them with a truck.
There's like an arm that goes out.
Really?
Yeah, an
corrects
arm that goes
it.
out and puts it right where it's supposed to be.
All robotic.
They don't have a guy in the back like dropping them anymore.
Oh,
Well, I mean, they probably still do, but there's automated mechanism for it now.
that's kind of cool. Actually, well, I think we talked about that in a previous podcast. Was the trucks they use on the Golden Gate Bridge to be able to open and close lanes, and they use the plastic dividers to open and close lanes, and the truck will drive down and just close the lane by like taking those plastic
yeah,
walls,
right,
and
and
they'll
moving
run it
it.
right out.
Moving it.
That was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
The Maroon Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
Oh,
not
Golden
cool.
Gate
I
or
was-
whatever,
I was,
yeah.
just, I was just there. So we had a question for you, Jennifer.
Or whatever your name is.
When
Door
you
girl.
when you think of chocolate, you think of what brand?
Heaven. What? Oh, Godiva, always.
Good dive.
What do you think? of?
Always. I swear to God, if you
Hershey.
say anything.
Yeah, me too. I think of Hershey.
This is why you guys are
Godiva.
guys and you're not women, because
Yeah.
Godiva.
But if I was going to
There's
buy
good chocolate
for
that
somebody, it
actually
would be
exists out
Godiva.
there.
I'd buy
Or I'd go Gales over in Royal Oak.
Oh, there's a
Okay,
chocolate company
okay,
around?
fancy, okay,
Oh, Gales,
okay,
yeah. I
fancy
I feel like I
pants.
shouldn't know that though,
Oh,
because
you
it's
should.
dangerous.
You should.
That's fancy pants chocolate.
Fancy
Listen,
schmancy.
That
If
was
you
good
wanna go-
chocolate.
okay,
She had something to say.
Good chocolate.
Good chocolate. I love just a Hershey's square.
Yeah, well, that. I mean, but have you had Godiva? Cause
Yeah, I don't like it compared to
Wow.
Hershey's.
so
Hershey's
then you
right.
don't like chocolate, is what you're
Hershey's,
saying.
please. You can sponsor the show. I
Godiva, you can sponsor the show.
Thank you.
Executive decision.
We just
Sorry,
walk
it's
down
his
to
show,
Gales
by the
and have
way.
Gales
Hershey's
sponsor
and
the show.
Godiva.
okay. When you think of ice cream brands, you think of what?
Godiva. No, I'm just kidding.
I think of Hershey's. What do you
But
think?
when it comes to liqueur, I think of Godiva. Okay,
They're
so
not
I
even
guess when it
answering my
comes to
question.
ice cream, it's
Ice cream.
Breyers.
Breyers. What do you think?
Oh my God, Hershey's. I don't know. Probably because you just said it.
All right.
Hudsonville.
Hudsonville is good
Hudsonville
too.
is rocks.
Is that like a local ice
Stroh's.
cream?
It's
I think
it
you're
is
Oh,
Michigan.
yeah,
Yeah.
Stroh's.
Kroger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kroger.
Oh, and Stroh's. Well, what's the Kroger
Stroh's.
brand?
Private selection.
Private Select. Kroger.
Yeah.
Man, they got good stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Wait, isn't private selection the same as like Costco? Like they have different brands that make their brand?
Yeah, of
Probably.
course, of course. Yeah, they don't
Okay,
make their
and,
own
like-
ice cream. They do that with
Yeah.
everything, right? I mean,
Okay.
Kroger doesn't have any of its own stuff. They have
So I wonder who actually makes private selection ice cream. Like, what is the company? Probably Breyers.
Probably Breyers or Stroh's, right?
Most likely.
Oh, don't look it up.
I'm
Ray's-
not going to.
Ray's Ice Cream in Royal Oak,
Thinking about
about
it.
2 blocks from my house.
Good
Handmade
stuff.
ice cream,
Good stuff.
made the old way.
Ooh, frozen custard, Irma's, 23, and I think it's like Gratiot area. So delicious,
East Side,
so good.
Sterling Heights.
I mean, but it is so good.
Forever away.
Ray's. If you haven't had Ray's,
Do you live up there? I
you
don't
need to
wanna
go to
say.
Ray's.
No, I live in Ferndale.
Well, you don't tell people that.
Fashionable.
live-
I mean,
live
there's a whole
at
city. Good
They're
luck
coming
finding
after
me.
you, Jennifer.
or whatever my name is. I mean, you can't find me because you don't even know my name. So
Jennifer in Ferndale. And she likes Godiva chocolate. Find
Probably a
her.
lot of them.
because who does not like Godiva chocolate? If you like chocolate, then Godiva. is
Well, you
the
weren't
chocolate
here
that you
last.
really like.
You weren't here last time when we were doing when you think
Did you
of.
talk about some like better chocolate brand that
No,
I'm not
no,
introduced
no,
to?
No, okay. No, we just did a. What do you think of when it was a branding exercise?
Oh.
Like when you think of, for example, when you think of airlines, you think of what?
Delta.
Okay, there you go. I think the majority said Delta. Although I can't.
They're the most prominent when it comes to marketing and what
Oh,
most people fly.
in the U.S. at least. Yeah.
Southwest was, I think, second.
Yeah, I said American.
American, yeah.
Delta bought Northwest years ago. They're gone.
Oh, American Airlines no longer exists?
No. Northwest
Oh.
Airlines.
Northwest.
Delta
Okay.
Delta bought Northwest.
Oh.
Right.
Southwest is still around. American bought TWA way back in the day. TWA was like the big carrier next to like Pan Am. Those are the Pan Am days. Yeah,
Going back.
going way back.
In my day,
DiCaprio days.
we had a twin turboprop. They were old World War II Bettys.
Who's the better actor, Christopher Walken or Robert De Niro?
Oh,
That's tough.
I gotta pick one.
Robert De Niro. But Christopher Walken is so fabulous in his own right.
Yes, you can't pick two.
Sorry. I
She's got
mean,
De Niro.
I don't like these
Walken
decisions.
came to mind first.
Okay, go.
I'm going with Walken.
You're not going to get judgment from me. They're both fantastic in their own right.
So me and my friends, we were
Wait, what do
we
you
went to a
choose,
party
Richard?
in Hollywood, and I was standing outside the party, and I ran into that one guy.
The one
and
guy.
they left me here. They left me here at the party.
I'll have to go. I agree.
understand.
I'll have to go with Walken. If you want to see a good comparison, watch the scene of Roulette and Deer Hunter because they're in the same scene.
Right.
Walken and De Niro, and they both do a spectacular job in that scene where they're playing Russian roulette with the Vietnam. I think it's the Vietnamese.
Yep.
Deer Hunter. Just look up the clip.
It's really a
Just
toss up because if I start thinking about the De Niro movies, I'll start swaying back.
Well, he's
when I
got
think about Walken
he's got
stuff.
De Niro has so many good one-offs. For example, his scene in
Casino.
well, I was gonna start with Deer Hunter, and then he's got Taxi Driver, where he's doing doing what does he say?
You talking to me?
You're talking to me. So he's got that. Then he's got Casino stuff. He's got Goodfellas stuff. He's got the Godfather stuff. He's got the whatever. But Christopher Walken has a lot of those scenes too, like in True Romance, which is one of my favorites.
Ah, yes.
Where he's playing the Italian boss or Sicilian boss. He's got so many movies where he's got those moments.
Yeah, and they're that
They're
time
so
slice.
they're so defined.
Yeah.
The way he does them, it's unbelievable.
There's very few good actors like that anymore.
I mean, who acts like that now? I mean, that level of intensity. If you, again, just as a reminder, watch the Deer Hunter clip of Russian roulette during Deer Hunter.
That's
and Christopher
very
Walken, and it's
intense.
as intense as it gets, right?
Yeah.
And they're both in that clip. I would say Heath Ledger would have had it, that intensity,
Yeah.
had he been still.
That's
around.
exactly what I was
Jake
thinking.
Gyllenhaal. I'm picking the guys from,
This
What
era
about,
of acting.
no, what's the
Who's-
gay movie? It's actually a very
Brokeback.
good movie, Brokeback Mountain. Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal play gay guys, which
Jake
is
Gyllenhaal's a great actor.
no. I said it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
He was in Donnie Darko. He's been in a lot of good movies.
Very good. Leo DiCaprio is like a very, very good actor for our era.
He hates DiCaprio.
Yeah, don't blame
I
him.
don't hate him. It's just something doesn't.
Okay, you said you can't stand it.
I mean, but
No,
if
no,
you
no.
watch
Did I
his
say
movies
that?
and you were
Is
like,
that actually what
"Oh,
I
he's
said?
bad at
Because
this
I'll back off that. I mean, he is a very good actor.
You just don't like him as a person.
I don't know what it is. There's something I really like
the
his
fact-
acting, but there's something that just doesn't set right with me. And I could probably hang out with the guy, and we'd probably have a great time.
I mean, you would because you'd be hanging out with models.
Well,
the whole
I'd
time.
be hanging out with DiCaprio.
I think
And
I
DiCaprio.
think he probably overacts a little bit. Like a little too intense. It's better. There's something to be said for being a little bit more calm. I'll give you an example. Who was I just thinking of?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper did a great job, and what are you purring now?
Control
I just
yourself
did, yeah.
there.
Control yourself. Bradley Cooper and
I purr and I snort, apparently.
Snort. She's like,
A lot of skills.
yeah, he'll enjoy that.
He probably would.
Oh.
He was good in what was the movie? A Star Is Born. Okay, so he was good in that.
He was the only one. But yeah.
Shouldn't like Lady Gaga in
There were
it.
some other movies that he's been in
He-
that were
he's
really
He was
good.
in Sniper, which is really good.
Oh, what is the thing where he takes in the movie where he takes the like little clear pill or whatever, and his brain is at like 1,000.
That's Jason
And Rick-
Statham.
No, it's
No.
Bradley Cooper.
I think you're. I think you got it.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's, I want to say it's called Unleashed. It's Unlimited.
Ooh, yes, Unlimited.
Yeah, there we go.
Limitless.
Oh, Limitless. There we go. That's actually it.
Damn it. I
Okay,
thought I had
I
it.
lied.
I haven't even heard of it. I haven't even heard
We
of that.
go with it.
Limitless. Yeah.
You know, I think is
Lost makes
a bit underrated is
Oprah.
don't even start with me. Josh Brolin. No Country for Old Men
Yeah.
was a great movie. Who's the guy who played the
He's
bad
so
character?
underrated. I have to actually Google him.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah. I
He's
don't
probably
know.
fantastic though.
Oh, he's awesome in that movie.
He was very good in that movie.
And
Yes.
who was the guy who played the really creepy dude? He's real popular too. You know what I'm talking? He says, "Hey," he goes into the convenience store and he's like, "Hey, friendo,"
Yeah.
to the old man. He's like, "Did I ask you for the?"
Tommy Lee Jones.
No.
No, Tommy Lee Jones was great in that movie too.
Yeah.
on.
Tommy Lee.
Well,
now
I-
Tommy
there's
Lee-
another good actor.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson was. Everybody was good in that movie.
Um,
Woody Harrelson.
No, who said?
Oh, he's like the
said
main
what?
character. Name the names in No Country for Old Men. It's like not Joaquin Phoenix. It's
Drawing a total blank. I bet I can see him. It's the guy with the
straight out haircut. He's right there. He's like the main character in the movie. Or one of the three main characters.
No, none of those folks.
Oh, come on now. He's the guy who goes around shooting everybody with that air gun. Yeah,
cattle.
with the nail gun.
Cattle killer. Grab my cord.
There we go. Just you're not helping.
Wait, who?
The guy in No Country for Old Men.
Ah,
The creepy guy.
I mean,
The one. Have you seen the movie?
my internet, yes, and my internet is running slow.
Anton
I
Chigurh.
No, that's not him.
I have trouble remembering
Starts
small
with a J.
things.
Javier or something.
Javier
Bardem.
Bardem.
Javier Bardem.
Yep.
He was really good in that movie.
Huh.
That whole movie is great. That's on my top 5. I could watch that over and over.
Yeah, it's
Like
a tough one.
like The Departed.
Departed was pretty good.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that movie. True Romance, The Departed, No Country for Old Men.
Up.
Up
That was a good movie.
Up was an
It
excellent
was.
movie.
It was a
It's
very
just,
good movie.
It's in my top 10. You know,
Saving Private Ryan. I like
excellent,
Oh,
excellent
yeah.
movie.
that is absolutely one
You
of the
know,
most
you know what I
intense
think. You know what I
movies.
think was better than that though
Which one?
was
Full Metal Jacket.
no, not the whole thing. The very beginning, yes.
Okay.
The first 30 minutes of
Yep.
Full Metal Jacket was intense. Right. The whole movie's good. Matthew Modine is in that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was thinking Band of Brothers.
Ooh, fantastic.
That is a good series.
which was done by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg. Actually, trumped Saving Private Ryan,
I can see
which
that.
was also done by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg.
Tom Hanks is one of the best actors that has been around for probably the last 30 years.
Well, he made it to our good guy. Were you here that day?
Yeah, I was.
He made it to our good guy list, right? Jessica, that's not inappropriate. Very inappropriate.
Very accurately titled.
Get it, Jess?
It's very inappropriate.
It doesn't look good
None
from
of
the
my
camera angle
business.
either.
Yeah, I like Band of Brothers, but it's a series, right? Apocalypse Now, which Martin Sheen was good. We're talking about war movies now. Full Metal Jacket was probably one of the better ones, but the
Platoon was pretty good.
pretty good, which interesting. It has Charlie Sheen in it.
Right.
It's pretty good. Saving Private Ryan. Well, what good war
Hamburger
movie?
Hill was
Hamburger Hill
pretty
was pretty good.
tight. There was the other one that just came out recently, and it was, oh, God, what was that called?
Oh, I know. It won an award.
It was a World War II, and they had to scale the Japanese encampment, and the guys were just getting blown apart at the top of it. Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down was good. That was a Somalian raid. That was a true story.
Oh, The Great Escape.
That was good.
That's a good one. Classic. Dirty Dozen. Old school.
That's Clint Eastwood, right?
They had a bunch of folks. That was that was an all-star cast with the Dirty Dozen. It was a recent one that they just redid. Dunkirk wasn't that good. I mean, it was okay.
I think that Dunkirk was well filmed, just not. You know who was in Dunkirk? What's his face? Not Harry Connick Jr. What's that dude's name? From the Harry Styles was in that. You know where
Bridge
he's
Too
from?
Far.
Where's he from? Harry
That
Styles.
band.
That band, the One Direction.
You know.
Oh my God, how do I know that? He was in that movie.
Now, for a modern one, go back one. Lone Survivor, which was the Afghan guy. That was Marcus Luttrell's story.
That was Marky Mark, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark
That
Wahlberg
was
and
an
a
awesome
couple other
movie.
guys.
I love watching that.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
What's
I
other
read
one?
the book. The book was actually better than the movie, but
They had some nasty scenes in that of them falling down the rocks and all that,
Oh.
the way they filmed that one.
they didn't capture his imprisonment. The stuff he went through in imprisonment that they did to him, that they detail in the book, they didn't capture that in the movie at all.
One of the books I was actually able to get through because I'm a little bit, get bored quick was Ghost Soldiers, which was actually done as a movie.
Hacksaw Ridge was the one I was trying to remember.
Isn't that Mel Gibson's movie?
Was that Gibson or was that
Gibson
Spielberg?
Gibson directed it, I think.
Oh, it was Gibson.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys. There were some intense scenes in that.
I actually haven't seen that one.
You need to see it.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
I saw Dunkirk, which was like slow at times, but well done.
Yeah, it was interesting the concept of the boats
There's a lot of water shots.
and the water shots. Yeah, that's what made that one different. But Hacksaw Ridge, I think they really captured that whole element of trying to scale into an entrenched position on top of a cliff. I mean, just brutal.
A lot of good war movies out there.
It's amazing. She pulled up quite a list, and I was, there's a good one.
Yeah, I
There's a
think
good
we're
one.
short on a few because a lot of these, I think the majority of them are World War II movies. Band of Brothers was, Saving Private Ryan was.
Casablanca.
Oh, for God's sakes. I think Casablanca is actually still rated the #1 most top-grossing movie of all time. When you
Hurt Locker.
include inflation.
Hurt Locker was pretty good.
Number 8.
We watched Hurt Locker a couple times. That was really well done. That was the first female director who was either nominated and or won Best Director.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they really captured that, especially from the bomb defusing thing. That was
Well,
that had a whole
Jeremy,
element.
what's his name? Jeremy, I was going to say Pivens. That's not it.
No.
Jeremy, whatever. He's a really good actor. He's in. What's a fun movie to watch that he's in? That's just kind of like a popcorn flick, but really well done. It's called The Town with Ben Affleck and him.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah. The Town.
Yeah, it's like they're robbers.
And they
It
go to
takes
knock
place
over
in-
a bank and they get stuck in the town.
Nah,
All right.
it's a Ben Affleck story. He's the main character. He's got a girl, but they dress up. They're really good bank. They're good robbers, basically. It's a popcorn flick, but it's actually really well done. It's kind of like an Ocean's 11 type of feel. And Jeremy, what's his name?
Renner.
Yeah, Renner. He's in it. He
Plays in the Marvel movies. Yeah.
he's in the Marvel movies. He also played Jason Bourne once.
Oh,
When-
I
when-
didn't see
when
that
Matt
one.
Damon didn't do it.
Right.
There
That
was
was
like
like
there
the
was like
last one.
Yeah, or no, I don't know if it was last. Didn't he do it afterwards?
I don't know. Let me look.
He's good. If Matt Damon hadn't done it before,
Mm-hmm.
he would have done a great job. But everybody expected Matt Damon to be doing it, so I think he got a bad shake on that.
Yeah.
He's a great actor, though.
Well, I got some movies I'm going to pop on during Thanksgiving. That's for
There
sure.
you go.
Yeah, some good stuff. I know we're gonna go to the movies this Thanksgiving.
Born Legacy.
Is there anything at the movies
Born
to see?
Legacy. Yeah, there's always Thanksgiving stuff coming out, right? So I always want to say Sons of Anarchy. The Star is Born is kind of fading out now. She didn't like it. What's coming up in Thanksgiving? Movies. Jennifer,
She can't type that
Yes.
fast.
Thanksgiving.
Cut
movie.
all of you.
She's gonna mute me again.
Oh, you do. You have.
No, I
that
want to go see
power.
A Star is Born. What? Oh yeah.
You do.
Wait, I'm sorry. What'd you
Oh,
say, Richard? I always forget
You
about
haven't
the
seen
Me
it?
Team
You haven't
veto
seen A
'cause
Star
I'm
is
not
Born?
rude.
You haven't seen A Star is Born?
No, but I really want to go
Yeah,
see it. And I
okay.
was told to go see it in a movie theater, which I don't normally go to
Well,
movie
because-
theaters
because of
because
the
I
mu-
can't
because
do
of the
whatever I
music
want.
and whatever,
Yeah.
I know.
Well, you can't pause it and whatever else. So,
The Creed movie got pretty good reviews.
Did it?
Yeah, Creed 2, I think it is.
I will always watch a boxing movie if it's rated well.
It got really good. Wait, we can't hear you.
Fantastic Beasts.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like kind of like a Harry Potter kind of.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think
the
it's
nerd
like the sequel
universe.
of the first one.
I heard Widows was good.
What's that?
A bunch of widows.
I mean,
Mean ladies.
obviously,
So-
but
Mafia widows, right?
oh,
Lumpen-
right, where they have to
Lumpenmental.
take
Like,
over like their husband's
husband,
business
yep.
for survival.
Oh.
Yeah.
That also looks very good.
Yeah, it's probably no
Me
Goodfellas,
too.
but
Okay.
what
That
would
looks
they
good.
call? What would they call that? Good females,
The
Gangster
favorite?
females.
Good gals.
good gals. That's not very scary.
No.
Widows is better.
It's more like you're going somewhere to get pie.
Good
Not
gals.
intimidating at all.
Right.